welcome to the Shy Sheep. This week's video is going to be a little bit different to the previous videos in that it's basically just going to be me talking without like much else going on. I'll try to put like some stuff on the screen to keep you entertained. But as you can tell from the title of the video, it's going to be basically a story of how I got into figure collecting and basically all the types of anime collecting that I've started. I am recording this video with a mic, so I hope the audio is a little bit better. I guess we'll see. It might still be echoey since the room is super echoey, but I don't have any other light source right now, so I wanted to kind of give you a bit of background about how I got into anime figure collecting, because I think maybe some of our stories are similar, but I feel like we all have our own little unique stories that might be interesting to hear about and see how each of us fell down the hole of collecting and having no money. Anyway, so my story actually starts out with also how I got into anime, and that is, it starts with a very special series, one that is very close to my heart, and that is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I wanted to show my boyfriend Avatar because I watched it as a child and I remember really loving it, and he had never seen it, so he had to see it obviously. But I also couldn't remember a whole lot of the details because I watched it when I was really young, so I wanted to rewatch it so I could just see it all over again and remember why it was so close to my heart in the first place. So we watched that and I loved it. I mean, we both loved it, but it was so special to me, and it was such a good show. Like, brilliant characters, brilliant character development. It was amazing, and Aang is so close to my heart. I love him so much. Anyway, so I was pretty distraught after we finished Avatar. I was like, oh my god, my life is over. I want to watch Avatar or something like Avatar. I need something to console me. So basically, we kind of looked up what would be similar to Avatar to watch, and what came up was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I was like, well, that sounds interesting. And that was, I mean, I don't know if people consider Avatar to be an anime. I do, but anyway, if you don't, then I guess Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was my first anime. But anyway, so we ended up watching that. By the end of it, I was basically having another Avatar meltdown where I was like, oh my god, I need to watch something else now. I need something to console me that this is done now because it's amazing, and you know, I need something to make me feel better, and so that I don't lose Fullmetal Alchemist, you know. But I generally always wait a couple days before starting something new to, like, you know, feel at peace with the anime I've just finished and like come to terms with what has happened. That sounds a bit weird, but you know, I guess I'm a bit weird. Anyway, so yeah, we finished that, and pretty much around that time I already started looking for Funko Pops. Actually, I was looking if there were Funko Pops of Ed and Al and the homunculi, and there actually are quite a few. There's a Funko Pop of Ed and Al, and there's a couple of homunculi as well. I think Les just got a Funko Pop, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not actually into Funko Pops. I think they're very cute though. But I was looking around because I'm the type of person who likes to have, like, when I really love something, and like especially like a series or something where I'm very attached to the characters, I feel like I need something to like something physical from that show or anime to hold on to, so I can look at it every day and be like, I love you so much, you have impacted my life and you complete me and you give me comfort, you know. So I've always been that kind of person who needs something physical like that for things that are really important to me, I guess. So I was looking for things from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I did notice though when I was looking at the Brotherhood stuff that there were a couple figures like that looked like the characters, but I wasn't like overly fond of them because, like I said, I don't like pretty much all the faces of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood figures. Even the Greed one that's coming out now. I love Greed and Ling so much. I really hate that figure's face. Anyway, so after this, I was already like, you know, delving into the world, peering, you know, taking my first little glimpse. And then we watched Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion. Another fantastic anime, by the way. It's brilliant. Oh my god, I love. Amazing. And when we finished that, I was like, what is there of this anime? And I discovered that there were some figures. There was a Princess Euphemia, or Princess Yuffie. There was a figure of her, although I don't like that figure of her. Sorry, that's my kitty. I don't like the sculpt of her dress. It looks too block-like and not really dress-like. Okay, so my cat's eating in the background. I hope you guys don't mind, but my camera is gonna go out of focus if I get up, and I'm home alone, so I have no one to check the focus for me right now. So I'm really sorry if you hear him crunching in the background. Anyway, yeah, so I found the Princess Yuffie, and I really liked Princess Yuffie. She was one of my favorites. So I was kind of sad that I didn't like her figure that much. And I've seen a few Lelouch and Suzaku figures, and I think there's like one Lelouch figure that I actually like the face of, but again, I'm not a fan of the Lelouch and Suzaku figures either. So I was a little disappointed that the anime I had watched so far, I didn't really like the faces of any of the anime figures. I then started becoming more curious about figures, and I started, you know, some little YouTube searches, and that's when I found Hailey or Daija Bubu's channel. She's the first anime figure collecting channel I ever watched, and I pretty much binged all of her videos because she is such a joy to watch, and also she has such beautiful figures. Like, oh my god. So when I saw her figures, I was like, wow, these figures are like stunning. They're amazing. I'm pretty sure the next anime we watched was Fate, actually. Oh, Fate. We actually watched Fate Zero first. I know some people think you should watch Fate Stay Night first, which I understand, but we watched Fate Zero because it made Fate Stay Night a whole lot less confusing for us. And we were like, well, we're gonna watch all of them anyway, so, you know, the one has spoilers of the other, so either way we're gonna get some kind of spoilers, so we'll just start from the beginning with the prequel, so we can watch it in like time order. So the reason we watched that was because I saw Hailey had a lot of Fate figures, and I was like, what is this? There's a lot of figures for this. Not that I want to watch an anime because it has figures, but there were so many Fate figures, and I was like, if there's a lot of figures for an anime, that has to mean it's a good anime, right? Not necessarily, but you know, that's how my brain was working at the time. I was like, it has to be really popular, people have to love it has to be really good, right? So I was like, let's watch Fate. Yeah, then I decided that I actually liked Fate a lot. I think you can tell from how much I like Gilgamesh and Saber that I loved that series, and it wasn't because they had figures, you know. Then I started doing some more figure research, because generally when I want to get started in a hobby, I kind of do a lot of research before I get into it, so I know what I'm doing and I don't make too many mistakes. I'm bound to make some, but you know, try to avoid as many as I can. Because of that, I obviously found Ami Ami, and I was like, oh no, this is dangerous. And yeah, I found Ami Ami and basically was checking the pre-order section every day. So I knew that I wanted my first figure to be a Saber figure because Saber has so many figures. And pretty much all the scale figures of Saber, her face is super accurate. So I was fairly happy having one of those, and I, you know, Saber is fate for me, so as like my first fate representative, I thought Saber would be a really good option. Yeah, I was looking on my figure collection as well, because I discovered my figure collection. Wow, discovering my figure collection, let me just say, discovering my figure collection is amazing. When you first start figure collecting, you're like, I want to see all the figures of this character, and you just look them up and you're like, there's so many figures, or like, there are no figures of this character, and you're shocked, like absolute shock horror that there are no figures of like a certain character you love. It's the most heartbreaking thing that I've experienced since figure collecting, is when the character you love from an anime you love, the figure just doesn't exist. I was watching a lot of videos on different Saber figures, and that's when I stumbled across that master figure. And obviously I didn't want to like, you know, obliterate my wallet in one foul swoop. So I was looking for a decently priced one, because that kimono version of Saber Ulta, when I saw her on Hailey's channel, I was like, oh my god, it is so beautiful. I want that figure. That's the one I want. And then I saw the price and I was like, okay, maybe that's the one I want, but maybe I should just get it in the future and get something a little bit cheaper than that. So I stumbled across that master Artoria figure, or Artoria, and she's so beautiful. When I saw how well she was sculpted and painted and her cute face, I knew that that had to be the figure, right? I basically bit the bullet and was like, I would like this figure so I can start my figure collecting journey and have a little piece of anime in my home. Like physical anime, you know? So yeah, I got her a little over a week after ordering her, and I fell in love. I don't know, I can't explain. I think it's only something that someone who has bought their very first figure can actually know what I'm talking about. That feeling of getting your very first figure, and like it's so much better than what you expected. Like it actually, you're like, here's your brain, and it just goes pow. Like your brain is just, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. It has been completely obliterated by how amazing the figure is. The way she was sculpted and her face, like how cute and soft it looked, and how realistic it was, how accurate it was, and the paint on her skin, and the sculpt, and her little piece of hair. And just the way that the plastic feels, the painted plastic or PVC feels, is so much different. Like it actually feels really soft and smooth, kind of like, I want to say like satiny, almost, you know, the plasticky. It's amazing. I was completely blown away, and as soon as I opened her, I was like, oh no. I'm in a lot of trouble now, because I really, really love this figure, and I can see that I want another one already. I registered an account for Right Stuff Anime because they looked really cool, you know. And I saw that they did offer the kitty version, but they were out of stock. So, you know, I just put my name on the email me when this is available. And like a few weeks later, I got an email being like, hey, this is available. And I was like, oh, add to cart. Thanks. So yeah, I bought those. I also actually bought my Saber Ultra Dress version at the same time, but from Mandarake, because I was like, I've had a bad month. I deserve happiness, and I deserve anime figures, and I'm sorry if you can hear my cat cleaning herself in the background. Basically, I was like, I deserve all anime figures, so I will be purchasing these because I can afford them, so thank you. So yeah, I bought those, and basically that led to me falling further down the anime figure rabbit hole. I don't think my wallet is too happy with me. And yeah, so basically, I guess the short answer to this is anime is the reason I fell into figure collecting, but it's more because of my personality and my need to have something physical of something I love, and that has brought me happiness, you know, and made a difference in my life somehow, even if it is just an anime. You know, I don't really think it is just an anime. Anyway, that is it for how I got into figure collecting. Sorry if I rambled a bit. I hope it was a fun video. And I'd love to hear how all of you started figure collecting or why you started figure collecting. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video made you smile or brightened up your day a little bit, and I hope that it was actually fun to watch and not boring. So thank you for being here, and I really hope that you enjoyed it if you haven't come across this video, and I hope to see you in the future. Maybe if you feel like staying around, but it's okay if you don't want to either. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.